Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good afternoon. Welcome to a bit of Pillars of Eternity. I'm back from my week away, and we're going to play the game again. So, let's carry on. I'm going to do a series-wide recap so far. So, let's start from the beginning, and then we'll catch up, because just to sort of refresh my memory as well. Also, I am a bit groggy, so I apologise for sounding a bit snotty today. If I cough and splutter, I might have to keep talking to a minimum later on. But, yeah. Just get my joint tablet, and then I'm going to continue. Okay, that's a big bugger.
Hello?
Talk to Stelga? No, we can't. Okay, but look at it go. Woo! Ooh. Right, I'm still getting used to the controls because I've been playing Divinity Original Sin a lot. Really getting into it. 1 second. A bit funky. There's the differences. I could change them, I'm not going to. Right, let's go on. So, recap the entire series, the game so far. So our character, Rodney here, is a godlike. He was born as almost like an avatar of the gods. At least he has the physical look of one of the gods, and his god, he's a death godlike. So he's he looks like the god of death, Barath. And yeah, and we are also a priest of the god of death as well. So yeah, we were part of a trading caravan, not a trading caravan, a founding caravan. We're going to make our place in this world, and we were up here in Silenlis, around this way, and that's where we were struck by what's called a biowick, a soul storm, not to be confused with Warhammer 40,000 War Soul Storm. Adeptus Sororitas for the win. And basically, this picture here is of one of the Ingwithan machines. So the Ingwithans are an ancient civilization that created these machines that seem to manipulate soul energy. And one such way is like, think of it like a vacuum, and it's just sucking all these souls, and it's bringing all the souls forward. And our soul, and unfortunately, if you get caught in one of these, your soul is ripped out of your body and put into this machine. And our soul wasn't really put into the machine, it was more twisted and torn apart, and we have been granted the ability to see other people's souls. So one of the main pieces of one of the main themes of the game is reincarnation. The idea that that when you are born, you take a soul from this thing called the wheel, and whether it's metaphorical or physical or metaphysical, we don't know yet until the next game. But the idea is souls go to something called the wheel, and when someone is born, a soul goes from the wheel to the newborn, and sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. It sort of inform what your life is going to be like your demeanor, any sort of abilities you might have, that sort of thing. We as a watcher, we can actually go and look at people's pasts, which you don't really have to do, which is, I've said it before in the series, I don't think that's a very good idea, that a lot of the watcher stuff is mostly delegated to Kickstarter kitbackers. If you're not interested in reading about backer NPCs, your ability to use soul reading is not that important. Yeah. So, but you can use your abilities as a watcher to basically uncover a murder mystery, so you can actually see the victim's last moments before they died, and all the rest of it. Along the way, we've picked up characters, and we've sort of helped a few things out. So here around Guildvale and Estonwood, we've put an end to a dictator who has been basically killing anyone, basically killing babies born without souls, because that's been happening. The body is there, but the soul is not going from the wheel to the body, and we need to find out why. It's something called the Hollowborn Crisis. And basically he's been killing these babies and exiling the parents because they are believed to be cursed. The thing is, though, is that a lot of the people from Guildvale are going to Defiance Bay or to Deerford Village. They're coming from all over to try and find the answers to why their baby isn't born without a soul. And these babies, they can't breathe very well, they can't move, they have no basically any sort of abilities. In fact, I believe one of the monsters is actually explained to be, I think it's a wicked, I believe it's these ones. Oh no, so an animal soul put in a child's body. So these are like an animal soul put into a child's body. So there's something called animancy, and animancy is the science or the study of the soul. And animancers have been trying all manner of things to take the souls of one thing and put into another. And so they've put them into like they've taken animal souls, put them into children, but that's turned them into like these sort of bestial creatures. What else is there? Was it Skulder maybe? No. I'm trying to find an example of what I'm looking for. But yeah, the idea is like there's a lot of, like, I think there's children that actually grow up and become, you know, zombies essentially. Is it ghoul? I don't know. I don't know, but yeah. So yeah. So that's been happening. My character's advocated for the study of animancy to continue because I believe that ignorance is not going to help anyone, and that perhaps if we understood the study of the soul, we could have prevented that from these things from happening. Now, the main plot, though, however, is we are after someone called Thaos X Arcanon, who we've discovered has had his soul put into his body. Back into his body a number of times. He's basically been resurrected as himself and has been around for ages. And we're going to have to now try and find him because he's the one who's responsible for the soul storms and possibly even the Hollowborn Crisis. So we have to find out what's going on here.
They won't see me coming.
Estromore?
Yes? I listen, foreigner. What are you talking about? News from beyond, east of the Great River. The Deerwood fires have returned to the foreigner's city, we've heard. Defiance Bay. Its waters run foul and dense with the stench of corpses. Not even the recent floods could wash away the stain of its corruption. Dying prey. Some see it as such, among us, a tranche to strike, others not so. And the accounts of Alan and Father can decide what the 6 tribes must do as one. So, we went to the Animancy hearings and we advocated for Animancy, and this is when there was an assassination attempt, the city is now rioting, the Animancers are being targeted, and things are going crazy. So now we've got to try and stop the Hollowborn Crisis before there's all-out riots, and even war, as people just get desperate for answers. Tell me more about the Council of the Anamfatha. So we're here in like the native home city of the Twin Elms, because there's a long bloody history in this part that you really sort of have to read about in the lore. You have to eke it out of the game. It's like a lot of the lore in this game. It's like drawing blood from a stone at times. It is there. It's just that you've got to make the effort to get more information out of people, because they'll tell you about all these locations and events, but they do a very bad job of like elaborating sometimes. Anamfatha lead our tribes, one for each. They speak with the spirit of our peoples and enact in our name, with our will. The Council of Anamfatha means the tribes commune as one. But no common riddle is found just now, when the deer wood ails like a wounded beast. And only 2 Anamfath are currently sheltered within Twin Elms while the rest attend to their tribes. They must return. Too far, too consumed with duties. The Anamfath will not gather soon. Our season at least. We wait until then. Tell me about this building. The heart of all Glenpathans, the 6 tribes. We honor our people here, in this passage. Offerings are made symbols of respect to each tribe. Okay. I keep sneaking, I do apologize. Twice split arrows. The 3 Tostelgar. Ah, so these are different clans. So the twice split arrows and the 3 Tostelgar. I believe one of our druid friends belongs to one of them. The Fisher Crane. The Stone Bramble, we've not heard of those yet. The Keepers of the Stone. The Guided Compass. Crows. You're a backer NPC, let's read out. You see a small murder of crows gathered on a dirt path that cuts through some dry farmland. They follow this Orlan, who is slowly making his way down the path. They sometimes hop, sometimes fly, gliding after him, but always staying behind. Occasionally one will alight briefly on his shoulder, only to take a quick big wing again and rejoin his skin. As he nears a village, a crow lands on his shoulder and begins cawing excitedly. The Orlan smiles and nods as if agreeing. He takes a small crumb of bread from this pocket of his cloak and gives it to the crow, who grabs it in his beak and flies a small distance away to eat its prize and peace. Small children, drawn by the nose of the crow, rush out to see who the approaching stranger could be. When he has sufficient audience, the Orlan lifts both arms out at his sides, and as if they had been trained, the crows flock to him, landing on his arms and hands. They rock, cawing, almost in unison, as he stands there quietly humming a lively tune. He looks at the children and begins to tell them strange facts. He tells them of the different calls a crow can make, and what they mean. He tells them of the pecking order of crow kings and queens long past, and the times of their reigns. He does this for some time, all the while with his arms bearing the weight of a half-dozen crows. At length his arms seem to tire, and he drops them again. The crows take flight, spiraling up over his head as they glide off in all directions, a black feathery tornado dissipating in the fading daylight. The children's delighted screams echo down the road as they run toward that town. The Orlan stands alone on the road, watching the crows disappear in the distance. It's nice, it's a good story, but it's absolutely worthless. Ah.
Another Estramore. What do you want?
A middle-aged Orlan woman stands at the back of the longhouse, an expression of irritation on her narrow features. As you approach, she takes a decisive step toward you. Sagani leans a cavil. This woman's young for an elder, and looking to prove herself, I think. I'm looking for another who passed through the city.
You Estramoran are given the freedom of our sacred city. That you ask for this person is suspicious. There are reasons we don't let you Estramoran roam our sacred city. Reasons I am coming to understand.
Perhaps we can work out an arrangement. I've no wish to cause a stir.
Looters have grown bolder at the sites of the builders. The people of Defiance Bay set fire to their own city. And every week, the 3 Tusk Stelgar bring news of more desperate settlers pushing at our borders, trying to escape their plague of Anolfane children.
Suddenly you feel the presence of someone else in the hall. Then Father Curtis declares to you, but something has stepped out of her skin, reaches out to you.
Permitting more strangers the freedom of the city is out of the question right now. Go and be thankful that Anamfath Shimak doesn't sit in the passage of the 6 today. He would not be so kind as I.
Farewell. A vision of an Orlan man appears near Bethel. He has the same green-brown fur and hazel eyes as she does. Help me reason with them, he points behind you. Turning, you see the ghostly shapes of 5 other Anamfather. Another Orlan with tawny fur and a scarred face, a frowning dwarf, a black-furred Orlan, 2 elves. You're the leader of the Golden Compass. I thought your tribe was more open to outsiders. Indeed. Indeed, and it has earned as little respect from our peers. These are not times when trust comes easily. The spectral Orlan takes another step from her, setting his foot down with slow, heavy motion. Tendrils of essence strain between them, and he grimaces as he leans forward, as if struggling against a gale. The angry Anambath winces. War. They're headed for war. Remind them of Farewell's warning. Does Farewell's meaning mean anything to you? Well, Solomon just gasps. Taut threads of essence tug at him, drawing him back into the Anamfath. He looks over you again. I tried to tell them. The builders' souls have touched the even the Estramoran.
You'd better explain yourself.
The builders' souls have touched the Estramoran.
There's no way you could have known this saying. Not unless you are a Galoos on Anams, a watcher of souls.
A Galoos. A Galoos. I love the spelling of the word Galoos. I love the word Galoos. Galoos. Pumice. Galoos. Pun it. Sorry. Bit of an in-joke. Yes, I'm a watcher. That explains much.
Feralt's warning came before the Broken Stone War. Feralt, my ancestor on my mother's side, was Anamfath of our tribe then. When the Estramoric farmers defiled the builders' monuments, Feralt urged the other Anamfatha to patience. But louder, angrier voices prevailed. Feralt believed that the invaders could be taught to respect the builders as we do. He also believed the builders' souls had spread to all peoples, and that we should avoid needless conflict with others. More practically, he worried that a violent response would only spur further bloodshed across the generations. And you can see where we are today.
After 2 years of war with the, let's ask them what they mean.
While Feralt's words were shrewd, they were ignored back then. Simply remembering his warning now will not undo the wars and the changes that the years have seen. Blood on these stones, and that is all anyone remembers.
An image of polished Ardra cubes, of a polished Ardra cube flashes into your mind. There's writing on the signs, but the image is too faint for you to read. The Anamfather turns away from you and looks to the ground, gnawing a pointed claw. You can't change the past, but your choices now still matter. Yes, that is the problem.
Another Estramor came through here a few days ago, and, well, letting him through was a mistake. One I am eager not to repeat. The Guided Compass tribe has a reputation for being too soft with Estramoran. One that will not be improved by my failure to stop this man who has desecrated our most sacred sites.
I don't know if I said this in the previous part, but in Divinity Original Sin, what I like is you often have checks like this where it's like, you've got to do wits persuasion, memory persuasion, finesse persuasion. And you could just open up your character. I could just press, I or C. And it just shows me what my stats are. So I can go with the highest skill. I could get, okay, I'm going to go for finesse, because that's my highest one. That's the one I think would be best. And I'll use my persuasion skill. And I can actually check, okay, what is my persuasion skill as well? Do I stand a decent enough chance? And here, though, I can't remember what my dispositions are. So I know that the best ones for me are rational and stoic, but I'm going to be honest. Is that one going to be the best one, or would it be benevolent? I'm going to be honest and say that sounds like the man I came here to stop. In fact, no, I'm going to go with rational. Rational is the sort of thing I need to go for more
I
on.
won't repeat a mistake in my haste to correct it. We bar Twin Elms from Estremoran to protect the ancient places that the builders left behind. The builders left this heritage to us to defend, but they alone had access to it. On this much, at least the 6 tribes agree.
You again see the polished artery. Sorry, I should say I'm eating a strepsil at the moment, so a lozenge. So I can't really just keep going like that. I don't want to be doing that in your ear. So I have to keep muting. I keep forgetting. You again see the polished outer cornerstone in your mind. This time the image is clearer. The face of the stone is inscribed with a phrase you know by heart. You feel your lips form words. The builders are civilizations to the guardians of their legacy. Where the guardians want the door, where the builders keep the key.
These were the words given to the keepers of the stone.
What do they mean? They mean that Farewell's words may indeed be true.
Very well. The city is yours to explore. Tell the guard at the gate that you come to see the cornerstone with the blessing of the guided compass. If the gods have truly returned one of the builders to us, find the Delimgon of Ter Everon in Elm's Reach. If the gods have sent you here with a purpose, the Delimgon will know.
What are the 6 tribes? Glenfathan's society is divided into tribes, which are further divided into clans. Each tribe is united by a particular history of way or way of life, and clans are communities of families that live together. In truth, there are more than 6 tribes, but the largest 6 have traditionally led the others. Each of the 6 has a seat here in the Passage of the 6, where we discuss matters of common interest. You saw, for instance, the debate that occurred before the Broken Stone Wall. The 6 tribes are the Keepers of the Stone, Fisher Crane, Three-Tusked Stelgar, Stone Bramble, Twice Split Arrows, and of course the Guided Compass, with the Keepers of the Stone. They are the first and oldest of the tribes. When they first sailed to Glanfath, they met the builders, who gave them the cornerstone, and the words you quoted as a token of friendship. Many of the tribes, even among the 6, look to the Keepers with the guidance and leadership. Their long history grants them a place of honour in our society. It has also made them more conservative, in my observation. I'd like to hear about Fisher Crane. Mostly all in Tribe Fontaine Bog, most of the sites they guard are half buried in the wetlands, and even the other tribes couldn't tell you where they are. They're not the most renowned of the tribes, but they are the cleverest and subtlest. Say what you will about the berserkers of the Three-Tusked Stelgar, I'd rather face them than the Fisher Crane ambush squad any day. They're named after a long-necked bird that lives in the bog. It can stand motionless for hours, waiting for a muck frog or a spotted salamander, but when it strikes, it's faster than anything. What do you know about the Three-Tusked Stelgar? Same as everybody. They're fearless maniacs, and they want everyone to know it. They're considered a wild bunch, even among Glenfathans. Many of their territories have seen the most conflict in their Estremoran, and they don't forget it. They don't want anyone else to either. They inflicted and bore some of the heaviest casualties in the wars of the Estremoran. In fact, there was a rift with Three-Tusked Stelgar at the War of the Black Trees. Dozens of clans broke away from the ravaged lands and retreated further into the Deerwood, joining whichever tribes would take them. Broken Tusks, as some call them. The majority of the tribe dug into the half-burnt forest to hold the line, and many respect them for it. They've more than earned their place among the 6, but they advocate more conflict than is wise, and too many others are quick to idolize them in their valor in battle. Tell me about Stone Bramble. Mostly dwarves out of the Bright March. They are one of the younger tribes, formed over the years by trade routes between the wilds and the mountains. They see themselves as genuinely Glenfathan, though, and who can argue with them? Only Fisher Crane defends sites in such inhospitable territory. Personally, though, I'd say it's gone to their heads. I like to think they the rest of us have it easy in the lowlands, forgetting that the wars with the Estromar never reached their mountains. Still, they came to our aid doing both. They're named for a tough, thorny little plant that grows up in the mountains. It suits them. I'm not familiar with the twice-split arrows. Not many are. They're traditionally outcasts and exiles from other tribes, probably the least respected tribe of their own, but our ancestors believe they should have a voice, and so they've got a seat among the six. Most of the other tribes see them as scavengers and bottom feeders, but don't say that to a twice-split arrow. They think themselves survivors. They're proud of their tribe as anyone else. They'll accept anyone. I suppose there's virtue in that. You never know what you're getting with them, though. Some clans will rob you blind, and others slaughter a lamb in the honour of your visit. The Guided Compass is your tribe, right? Indeed. We're one of the younger tribes, and not one of the most prestigious. We have tried to keep the peace in Estromar, which has earned its reputation as the pieces of among some of our hard-line brethren in Three Tusk Stale Guy and Keepers of the Stone. We value our heritage as Glenfathans. We recognise Estromar and are here to stay. The way we see it, we can better follow our mandate to protect the places of the builders by making peace with our neighbours. I'd like to know more about you. Sorry about this. Making me salivate. I am the Anamatheth of the Guided Compass. Like many Anamfatha, I have leadership in my blood. While tribal authority is not strictly hereditary, we believe that strong leaders can impart a portion of their soul to their children and grandchildren, meaning that the Anamfatha may succeed in a single line from many generations. Of course, with all that's happened here lately, I've wondered whether my family line's coming to an end with me. Farewell.
They won't see me coming.
I just want to take a moment to appreciate as well. How do I open up my quest log? Oh, the game's crashed. Fuck him, brilliant. Thank God for that. This is one thing I don't like. No. I know, I do not miss the time it takes to save the fucking game. Oh yeah, I think in Pillars of Eternity 2 as well, you start at level 1, and you can respec your character, so I'm actually going for a Cypher. What the fucking hell is wrong with this? Seriously. It's stuck again? No. Right. I just want to say how clean the spot is. Look at this. Because in Divinity Original Sin, it tries to give you so much information. Like, it really is honestly like a D&D quest log, and they note every single thing down. And it's incredible for it. It's really fucking good.
Let's see what lies this way.
And yeah, it's like they really do try to take as many notes as they can. The thing is, the game is not that story heavy though. You know, it's interesting. Like for a CRPG or whatever, I do consider it a CRPG. It's way more focused on combat than most of the CRPGs. Games like The Age of Decadence, or in fact, not even The Age of Decadence, like Icewind Dale, is that one of those games that's like very combat focused. To say that combat isn't the best part of the game.
Keeping an eye out.
So there's the shop. Passage of the Six. Okay, the Builder's Hearth, Glenfatham Home, another district, another district, another district, another house, Celestial Sapling. Oh. Why not? Let's go to the shop. Bit of gaming news. There's a lot of stuff going on with Disco Elysium developer Zaum, or Zaum. I don't know how it's pronounced. It's a game I really want to play for the channel. Hang on, let me just get rid of this lozenge. There we go. Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
Builder's wisdom to you.
And it's a game I want to play for the channel. It's a fantastic game, Disco Elysium, about like an amnesiac cop. And I really want to play like the superstar cop, you know, like buddy cop sort of stuff, and just go crazy with it. And yeah, but there's a lot going on. Like they've let go of a lot of their creative staff, and like they've had 2 cancelled games and 1 game on pause. There's an obvious lack of focus. Bear in mind, this studio I think has at most had 24 people, and they have 2 cancelled games and 1 game that's on pause at the moment. You know, it's a bit weird. I just hope that they find themselves back on their feet, and whoever's left or been let go, I hope they find their feet. No doubt they will. After the book, after all the stuff they've done, I have no doubt that they will get back into the game, into the world. And yes, into the gaming world. And yeah, I'm sure they'll do brilliantly. Absolutely, 100%. And yes, Disco Elysium is an RPG. If you want to know more about that, I recommend reading my article, The Jamrock Shuffle, because it basically breaks down a lot of the arguments people have against why it isn't an RPG. I hold here some of the best hides in Air Glanforth. Hides so thick that the stale I cannot claw through, boots so supple they will smother the sound of your steps. What's your trade? I bear it on my skin. I sell hides from every one of Galloway's beasts. Estremoran comes from every village to see them, knowing and knows for the great hunters. Every hide bears the tale of a great hunt, and our traders bear them in turn to every corner of our lands. I see them. Then here, look upon the bounty our hunters have provided us. Oh, bollocks.
Many blessings, traveler.
Exceptional gear. Okay. And traps.
I'll take a look.
Keep doing that. I do apologize. I'm still getting used to the controls. I see that you heard it. A good blade has a voice, and it sings to its wielder. What weapon calls you forward? Tell me about your craft. My weapons speak for themselves, and every man and woman in this market knows my worth, even that Tamra. I bear the knowledge my father held, and his mother before him. Take one of my blades, and you hold a weapon 5 generations in the making. They say I should not waste such fine weapons on Estremoran. I say a good weapon lying on a rack is a true waste. Bleska's labour. An unlikely but effective leader, the barbarian Bleska, held off the Aediran expansion north of Redsurus by organising the southern Ixamital tribes. She kept her ragged alliance together by persuasion, coercion, and force when necessary. A coalition held together just long enough to dissuade an advance. I like that. That's funny. What weapons was my affinity again? Oh, I forgot. The game doesn't fucking tell you, as far as I can tell. Nope. A priest to Parath, and my god likes certain weapons. Oh, is it down here? No. The palette hand. Ah, yeah, okay. So, The Pallid Hand. Here we are. So Maces and Greatsword, I get +10 accuracy. Nice. And then I also get other things as well. So got Console Horse, Corrosive Siphon. Yep. There we are. Oh, so it's all the way down here in the talents. That's fine. That's fine. Brilliant Radiance. Yeah, there you are. So if you want to find out what accuracy bonuses you get, depending on what god you worship as a priest, I think, or as a paladin, then you get it there. So yeah. That's good. That's good. Good, good, good.
Builder's wisdom to you.
So mace. So not flails, not warhammers, not clubs. Okay. I'm still using this anyway, I really like it. So I could still use staffs, it's like I'm not forbidden from it. Now there's an interesting thing from D&D. Another bit of D&D history. Druids do not use metal armor. Even in 5th edition. I don't think it says they can't, it says that they don't. They choose not to. Because it's too close to civilization. Druids are all about nature and all that, so they use wooden weapons, wooden armaments, wooden, or like leather armor and things like that. So yeah. So it's interesting. I do like those sort of roleplay limitations. Paladins having to stick with an alignment and worship the god's tenants and things like that. Those are really cool things. I like that a lot. Medium armor. What am I wearing? I'm wearing light armor, so it's no good to me. What are you wearing? Light armor, so it's no good to you. But what does it do anyway? See, that's not great. You're wearing light armor. We're all wearing light armor, so we don't really need. And you're probably wearing heavy armor, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah, this isn't great. Oh, hang on. Helmet of Dark Sea. Oh, Perception +2. Whispers of Treason. Charm someone for 10 seconds. Nice, okay. I can't wear helmets. No, it's alright, I don't need that either. It's cool though. Let's have a look. Hey? No, Eddie. Why am I comparing your warbow? One second.
Hey. Yes?
Following your lead. Zawa is ready.
Why has everyone got their secondary weapons?
Well,
How may I help?
hey,
Right, okay, that's really confused matters. Okay.
Estremor.
Right, so Eddie, compare. Resolution. So this is a faster weapon. It does less damage. So okay, right. So we're definitely not considering it. But 30% of grades are converted to hits. That's not bad. Attacks can stun and crits. Yeah, we're not even getting that. Grants minor letters, minor missiles. That's actually a kind of neat flail. I'm not gonna lie, I'd get that for Aloth. But he's already got that, yeah, and Aloth doesn't need a melee weapon anyway, so... Zawa doesn't need that, yeah, I'm good. I don't need anything from here.
keeping an eye out.
God's sakes. Marston,
Hail, Estremor.
you sell food.
Hail, Estermore.
Estermore.
Good friend, welcome. Bishop Crane. Potions! Oh, no, I can't afford any of this.
Hail, Estermore.
Yep, I thought, well, I can't afford any of it, but I'd rather not actually spend the money just yet, until I know that I can
What brings you
make
here?
the potions. Oh, hello! You sell guns, and you sell a mace. Nice. Superb. Oh, okay. Didn't think we had a superb weapon yet. Yeah. Yeah, I knew it. This was going to be a priest weapon. Yeah, it's obvious. Right, guns. Let's have a look. Dulcinale. So it's a pistol. Slightly, like, just 1 point of pierce damage less, okay, but it is exceptional. This one might actually be a purchase. Not for 13 grand, it ain't. 8 accuracy. Ah, that's got higher attack speed. Yeah, sorry, but action economy is going to come into it. 3 DR bypass. I got 6 DR bypass there. No. No, 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 no. Dulcinale was the weapon of choice of an infamous Avalian highwayman. He lurked in the foothills around Pachozzi, watching for traders seeking a shortcut through the treacherous mountain passes. Known for his cunning and cruelty, he usually felled his victims with a shot to the gut, leaving them to die slowly in excruciating pain from what we call Dulcinale. Bad dessert. Dulcinale. That's very clever. Skonmika's Raw. It's a blunderbuss. I've never used blunderbusses yet, but it's probably like good at sweeping weapon. The ogre from the Aedirn myths, who defeated innumerable champions before only facing defeat by a simple shepherd, was said to have a roar that could shake rain from the clouds. When charging into battle, his bellows knocked his foes from their feet and rattled their very bones. Let's go and make it. I'm guessing that's the story of David and Goliath, right there. So he sells guns. That's great. Hello, of intellect +2. And plus, yeah, no. Oh, it's only usable by a paladin anyway, so I'm paying 3 grand for that. No, fuck that. Ebony spider figurine. Summon 2 Widowmaker spiders. Oh, that's good. That is good. For 18 grand. You know what? Let's sell some stuff. Let's see what we can do. Low to high. Can't believe that's worth nothing. That's only worth 5. I think, I don't know why. I don't know why. I really must load that one up. Oh, we've got loads of stuff to sell. Okay. So let's get through all these. Yeah, I do love the unlimited inventory of this game. So inventory, I should say. I'll keep that just in case. If it was like from I'll take that back as well. These are just all fine weapons. Exceptional weapons. Yeah, I don't need exceptional weapons. I want enchanted ones. $12,000 gold. We were just sitting a copper, rather. Yep. Alright then, I'm definitely buying that spider figurine. Like, seriously, these things are fucking amazing. These are basically like my end game sort of weapons.
Estermore.
What brings you here?
We haven't even sold armor yet. Okay, we haven't got much there. Okay, I can't sell those. Determine like that, okay. I'll keep those for the time being, but I think I'm going to actually sort these out and sell them eventually, because some of this stuff is just utter shite. Like that, I don't really need that. In fact, let's go through these. No, don't need it. A belt, maybe, for another character that I don't have equipped stuff yet. That's a paladin thing, okay, fine. True reflex, don't really need those. Next. Minor cloak of protection, rather not. I could do better than that. I've got one of those already, don't need two. Next. I've got 3 of these fucking cloaks, don't need them. Abrasive deflection, don't need them. Cloak of protection. That if I've got a cloak of protection there, I'll get rid of the minor cloak. There we are. Just sitting on gold. Just sitting on fucking money.
Aye?
Well?
Okay, there we are. So we've bought some stuff, and we've sold some stuff. But yeah, that Black Spider figurine is going to be very, very useful. That's like, you know how like you hoard stuff until the last fight, and say, oh, I'm going to need it for the last fight, right? Yeah, like, this is that for me. Yeah, these summons are
Yes.
incredibly important for those moments. Protector. Still, Esther. The rest of the city is forbidden except by order of one of the Anum Father. Trespassing in Twin Elms is punishable by death. I come to see the cornerstone with the blessing of the guided compass. I'll always too cozy with Esther Moran. Go then, I might just step around the sacred stones. Let's just barge into someone's house though. So we could just pick up a few more quests. But yeah, Disco Elysium not looking good with a
I'll take a look.
lack of direction. If they've made 2 cancelled games and the 3rd one on pause, I just hope that everything goes well for them. But I mean, I will say that like no, Disco Elysium has made its mark on gaming. It's not poncy in its delivery of its writing, It's not artsy fartsy, like a lot of indie games first were when they were starting out.
Many blessings, traveler.
Welcome to my home, Estromhar. I am Lency, healer and guide. What brings you here? Look about yourself. The locals have called me a wise woman. A time of respect, I'm sure, but it makes me feel my years. I'm a herbalist and a healer. I spend most of my time caring for the ill. I'm helping with the delivery of children and making remedies in those in pain. Like your songbird. Does he have a name? Well, he does. But I ought not have let my friend's daughter name him. The name is rather long and silly. The short version is Beaker. She rolls her eyes and smiles. The next bird I have will be named after an anapath.
What is it?
With bird lime.
I'll see what I can find.
Okay. It's another word of saying shite.
Of course.
Where to go? Oh, hello. What's this landmark here? There's a nice place, Twin Elms.
A blade in the dark.
Nice. Water's cool and crisp. She'll pay. That's what she'll... You there, have you come to trade with these savages? Learn from my example and take your business elsewhere. Liars, cheats, swindlers! Duplicitous bitch of Larry. She claimed to be selling a lard, the flower buds, but all I have now is 6 bushels of common house plants. The herbs are useless. I get my money back from that swindling savage. What do you intend to do about this? When I get my hands on... I'm in the savage's home court, so it's my word against hers. Where does that leave me? Be a fool to threaten her here on tribal soil. I cannot sell this worthless bunch of herb to recover my coin, and I'm powerless to confront Larry. I suppose, if you'd be willing to mediate, perhaps you could see where I failed. I would of course pay you handsomely for your troubles. Let me see what you got. I am destitute, and I have few meagre offerings left to sell. Are dreadfully embarrassing. If I can recover my investment from Larry, I'll have funds to resupply my stores. Till then, you're all good to look at what I have in stock. Okay. So to compensate you, I'll buy these.
Keeping an eye out.
Hello, Rotok. You're a big boy. You want up? I pull. I see, so it's like some sort of gondola, I think, or lift. Let's have a look at this task. Hard bargain. Okay.
Hello.
You brought an aphrodisiac. Only walls with us and just wind and rain. Perhaps up this way. What was this again? I'll show creeps around the dais. So this person might be in another area.
Estremor.
Oh, are they in the market? We'll find out. So yeah, but yeah, like seriously, like, Disco Elysium, it's fantastic. It's a game that it's like it is a role-playing game in the sense of like, holy shit, you could choose like the world reacts and it remembers your choices. Oh, for God's sakes! It's gonna load the save menu now, isn't it? Yeah. If I better save before I enter this building. Yeah, it's like I was playing the game as like a what was it, like the world's most pathetic centrist, you know? And then like my character sort of stayed in the political center, and I was just trying to like appeal to everyone, thinking that like it was like a like any other role playing game where like, you know, persuasion is all about agreeing with the person. It's not about, you know, it's basically like in every role playing game, even these ones, being a bootlicker always pays. Whoever you are, you know, like whenever you talk to an NPC, if you're sycophantic to them, they will always respect that. There is always, in a good RPG, there is always one character who doesn't like sycophants. But otherwise, no. I'm looking for Larry. Know where I might find her? She lives not far from here. Up the stairs at the top, there's a circle of ruins. Do you know it? It's on the north side of Hearthstone. Oh, our house is right there. Door. She's run off. Okay. In the Hearthstone is triggered. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, but in Disco Elysium, I thought, oh, if I'm just sycophantic to everyone will give me information for the case that I'm doing, right? And it's like, no, doesn't work like that in this game. People remember. Oh, we're in Hearthstone now, so she lives in one of these houses. So this one was empty, so we'll go in there now. So yeah, but no, it's like the game remembers, and like right at the end, there's actually a summary. Like you're almost like on, it's almost like a tribunal of some sort, like some sort of, basically like your deeds are questioned, and like your whole thing. Okay. Right. You're taking on the Hound. You're taking on them. You can shoot it. Yeah, you're fine there.
Yes.
Yeah. So, it's like, yeah, I try to be sycophantic, and like Kim Kitsuragi, your companion, he's just reeling off all these things like, oh yeah, by the way, if you like sprint everywhere instead of like walking, he comments on that, saying like, yeah, like for some reason like you sprinted everywhere, you don't walk, you sprint. It's like, I didn't realize I was actually going to come up, but it makes sense. Yeah, it's very funny. And it's like, yeah, your political views seem to change all the time. Like your actions and ideals are sporadic, and all the rest of it. And it's so funny to just, yeah, it's really good how they comment on everything, and it all makes perfect sense as well. It's like the NPCs are not afraid to go, yeah, or like you're a fucking idiot. Yeah. So. I expected Renato to employ someone on his behalf. I was surprised to see you doing his bidding. Does the presence of my armed entourage concern you? You're expecting a defenseless shopkeeper, am I right? Stillness. Give the Estremor a chance to speak. Okay. We're not dear wooden beasts. Here, hospitality reigns. Envoy of the Valiant, speak the message you were sent to deliver. I want to hear your side of the story. One thing as well I will say, just here, hospitality reigns. I love that one of the cruelest factions of Vampire the Masquerade, the Shimmershay, like they're the sort of like classic monstrous vampires. Well, next to Nosferatu, they are very keen on hospitality, like you are a guest in their home. And as long as you obey their rules, you're safe. You're kind of like Dracula in a way. But yeah, it's like, yeah, it's all about being courteous. And it's like, yeah, I won't harm you. No. As long as you don't overstay your welcome and all these other things. I know they have rules of etiquette and things like that. And it's like, yeah. It's like, but it's their home, so they have the advantage anyway. But yeah, don't piss them off. But I like that. That was cool. So anyway. The first step of any sensible path, she says, in regards to me wanting to hear her side of the story. Renato did purchase from me several bushels of lard gola, and for it he paid a high price, but did so willingly, saying it was a bargain right as he handed me his copper. It was after our trade with the Valiant spit his venom. Renato accused me of trickery, of fraud, claiming I had delivered with the likenesses of lard gola and of the genuine root. Such nerve! For in truth he is beyond the help of lard gola. Renato's old bow isn't firm enough for a full draw. I love that way of saying it. Renato's old bow isn't firm enough for a full draw. No amount of Gola will give him the spear of a young hunter. A fair deal was made, and now Renato objects. Anger that is with a family plough is beyond hell remedies. I have never sold anyone a remedy I knew to be false. If Renato does not silence his slanderous tongue, we will do it for him. What kind of punishment do you have in mind for Renato? Renato slandered his host, making him no longer a guest. The merchant must vanish from the Twin Elms. But Glanfath and hospitality must be observed, always. He is to be given a chance to leave on his feet before he bleeds on his back. Deliver in our name a warning. Tell Renato that he does not leave, he will be accused of conspiring to pilfer and Gwithan ruined relics from our lands. He won't risk a trial by the Council of Glanfatha. If he won't listen, tell him that his faulty member will end in a cage just like this black beetle. Food for our birds. The reputation of your tribe is tied to your actions. Is that how you want future trading partners to remember your kin? The Glanfathans look at each other, faces alight with disagreement. A murmur of voices rises around the dwelling's hearth until Alari, eyes shut tight, stomps on the ground and falls. Enough! Stillness! You speak with long-sighted judgment. Trade strengthens all of the tribes, and Renata's claim for Sidis may spread poison to us. We will suffer the indignity of letting this liar profit if it means safeguarding the peaceful, honourable accord of Twin Elms. Larry pulls up one sleeve, revealing a leather bag hanging from her hand. Clinking of copper fills the room. Take this back to the Valiant with the blessings of the Fisher Crane tribe.
I'm no pack mule. Let's offload this junk.
A tiny beetle has been added to my inventory. Probably a companion. That I can let out of the cage. And wander by my side. How lovely. Oh! Actually, sorry, gang. What am I doing? We don't need to do this. Because we're not playing Divinity Original Sin. You know what we can do? We can actually just press there, like that. Oh, and just walk. How good is that? Isn't that great? Being able to click somewhere and then just actually walk there. Not having to look at the map and then fucking guess where you gotta hover your mouse over.
Welcome.
3 games, Larian. You've had 3 games to do this. In fact, you've had longer since the first game, Divine Divinity. I got your coin back. Divarus? Brother, I had almost given up hope. Why, thanks to you, friend. With this, I can finally restock my wares. Come find me the Celestial Sapling. I'm sure I can find some choice items for a resourceful customer like yourself. So hang on a second. I got moderate negative reputation for securing... You twats. I don't get it. Oh, fuck me, the game crashed again because I pressed L. Fuck off. So, Twin Elms, where are we? Neutral. I'm back to fucking neutral. Because I've saved the town. Okay, fine. Fine, Obsidian, you know best. I mean, I know the truth. And yet I suppose, does the rest of Twin Elms. Well, they will, when we find out this guy's fucking cock doesn't work. You're the one he's looking for. You killed Lord Roderick. What if I did? No, you don't understand it. It didn't work. I'm one of the guards of the keep. Was one of the guards of the keep. You killed most of them. The ones you didn't. Kolsk, he didn't last very long. Nothing but empty air, him. Nice enough to work for, I mean, much nicer, but that didn't help him when Roderick came back. Constant screaming. His eyes. He was like he was burning inside. Since he's come back to lead us like before, says he's gonna kill you for what you've done. I told him I'd find you, give you his challenge. Do it all honourable, that sort of thing. He let me go, and I kept on running as far as my coin let me. Funny, me running into you anyhow. So interesting that when you enter the second act of the game, if you go back to Cadnua, you can see this guy here. Or you can talk to this guy. What's your stake in all this? What? Nothing. I don't mean to go back there as long as I live. I figure I'll work here in Twin Elms somewhere, even after I guard some hut dwellers' goats or something. Until then, I plan to drink until I don't remember any of what happened. Good luck to you. I saw the Gorval out there howling after your blood. So, the champion of Barath. How very fucking interesting. Okay.
Eskimo, welcome. Behave. Be merry.
What? Like welcome. It's good to see someone from more civilized lands around here. I'm learning firsthand the many shortcomings of Glenfather hospitality. I can almost forgive the hostility toward outsiders, but the temperate taverns and these watered-down drinks, inexcusable. The dozens positive too. I hope I don't seem too forward, but I've heard of you. You're famed among the dozens, and that makes us allies. And allies, well, they help each other, do they not? Who are you? Where did I leave my ambassadorial manners? I am Gwyneth. Pleased to meet you. For the time being, though, I'm just another Estremol minding her own business. What do you need? My friends have drawn some unwanted attention. Glenfathan's scouts, and not just the mob of local zealots, the Fangs. The Fangs is a brutal, relentless bunch, eager here to make example of troublesome outsiders. And for why I need your help, I need someone to warn the expedition that trouble is coming. I need someone to fight if it comes to that. With any luck, we'll reach my friends before the Fangs do, but if not, the Fangs have a reputation to uphold. This might require spilling blood. Why aren't you with the rest of the friends? Why not one of them yourself? It was my turn to handle Fire Patrol. I spotted the Fangs on my trip back to camp. Either rejoining the main group would risk leading the enemy right back to the expedition. I know the woods and know how to stay quiet, but I do want to stake my friends' lives on my ability to sneak past expert hunters like the Fangs. If they noticed me warning my friends, we'd have been overrun. But if they notice me and some reinforcements, like, say, you, well then, at least we can scare them off or put up a good fight. What did your friends do to draw the attention of the Fangs? Just setting foot near Glanford is a good way to offend the tribes. I don't know how they picked up our trail. It's one of the newest scouts didn't cover his tracks well enough. I suppose the Fangs, they were tracing a path the expedition had taken days before. Tell me about your expedition. I like to think we're on a mission of reclamation. It is said that our armies left behind many valuables in their hasty retreat from Glanford, and the end of the War of the Black Tree is... here we go! This is the real reason, right? Yeah, we're on a mission of reclamation. Oh! Fucking looters. So the way I see it, we're simply gathering what our ancestors left behind. Another Glanfathans agree with me on this. Your friends are trespassing. By local custom, they're criminals. You'll forgive me if I'm not sympathetic with face painters and their barbaric laws. I'm not pretending that what we're doing is noble, I just don't believe trespassing is a crime that warrants execution. Fine. I'll help you on the expedition. Excellent, I knew I could count on you. Assuming the thanks isn't already gathered, my friends should be around the trail of the... Okay. Okay, I'll come back. I need to bring Pelagina here anyway, so... In fact, can I do party management here?
Hail, traveler.
I don't want Zara in the party. Pelagina. And someone needs to be leveled up, because what level are you now? You are level 7. Look at that for a name of a paladin order. Right, Pelagina. Athletics can't go up any higher. Survival's my dump stat, pretty much. Intense Flames! 25% damage of burn for that. Why not? That's half the damage is burn damage. Yeah, go for it. Next level. Athletics. Now I get the Paladin abilities. Oh god, it's so hard to choose some of these. It really is. Because Paladins are cool. I love Paladins. But the thing is like I hate playing Sword and Board in this game. So Sword and Board is Sword and Shield. It's bad in a lot of games. I mean, Pillars of Eternity does try to make... I think it's one of those few games that makes an effort to make Sword and Board fun. Because it gives you abilities to use with your shield. But my god, I played it in Pillars of Eternity 2 and I fucking hated playing it. I really did. I was like, yeah, I couldn't go down in combat, but I did shit for damage, just like Eddie does. You know? He'll be the last person to go down in combat. He's the first one in, the last one out. But fucking hell, he can't kill anyone. Because his accuracy is so low. So, let's have a look at some of this stuff. So, Lay on Hands is a good healing ability. 100 endurance over 5 seconds is not bad at all. 2 per encounter, so it's nice to have another healer. Inspiring Triumph inspires all allies in the vicinity when the paladin downs an enemy. So that's... They've got to get the killing blow. It's not bad, but it's like it's not great either. Because when you consider how many... There's like 6 party members. You know... And like she's using a greatsword, so she's not exactly going to be doing the most damage. It's not the best thing. Sworn enemy, so what's Zealous Charge? So she gets she gives everyone more movement speed, and it is a mode. I don't think she actually has a mode. Do you have any modes at the moment? Yes, you do have Zealous Focus. So.
Yes.
I'm ready.
So what's that? So. Okay, so it increases accuracy.
Yes.
So it's not bad. So do I really want Zealous Charge? No. It's good, but I'd rather have that for a Chanter. Sworn enemy marks an enemy. Does more damage, but that's only the paladin doing that. Deprive the Unworthy, what a name. The paladin temporarily snuffs out all active magical benefits on a single foe. The effects resume once deprived of Super Rest. It's good, but Super Rest, mind you, is pretty powerful, so that would be good in like a boss fight. So I might save that for later. Aegis of Loyalty. Confused charms of dominated characters have severe accuracy penalties when attacking the paladin. Additionally, the paladin's attacks against such characters do minimal damage and always end the effect. Wow. Wow. That's That's very good. So if, say for example, who's really likely to get charmed? I don't know, let's say Eddie is going to get charmed, and he turns against the party. Not only can Pallegina end the effect by whacking him, she also does very little damage, which is really good. I like that, but it means that she's got to be the one to do it. And even then, like my charmed characters aren't doing that much damage to me, so it's okay. Commands an ally to redouble their efforts, improving their deflection. 25. No, deflection's an easy enough stat to get up. Fills the paladin with his or her. Okay, increasing damage reduction. Oh, that's good. So nice one. And incoming hits are converted to grazes, only 50% of them, that's fine. Coordinated attacks. Accuracy granted. The paladin's pure soul resists all invading forces, granting a bonus to defense against poison and disease, as well as charm, dominated frightened. Okay, so I like this one. An ally target gets 2% attack speed for 34 seconds. That's really, really good per rest, but you get 3, so it's not bad at all. I'm going to go for defense. Yeah, the paladin gets defense against poison, disease, charmed, dominated, frightened, and terrified effects. And they are also reduced by 5 seconds. Survival again. We need to get up to 7 at least. Acolyte's Radiance. 1 per encounter. Uh, 17 endurance is not a lot. It would be cool, but no. Sneak attack. So that's good. An extra 15% sneak attack damage, basically for attacking someone else, is really good. I want to go for Acolyte's Radiance, but 17 endurance is not good. That's not good at all. That'd be a waste. Oh, you came with a great sword, so I want to improve your great sword stuff. But is it worth it to use one of these? 6 accuracy with a great sword. 2-handed style, 15% damage. Well, yeah, because like, yeah, because she's like one of the few people who's actually going to use. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Survival, yep. Healing chain. Oh, nice, okay. The paladin targets a single ally for healing, but the effect continues to jump between allies up to 6 times, including initial hits, once per encounter, for 53. Okay. Like, Lay on Hands is good, but Healing Chain... Yeah, I'm going for that. That's good. That's really good.
Yes.
I'm ready.
So 27 damage. Oh, it's 27 damage. That's not too bad. And then more damage is burn. And then even more damage is burn. This is good. I'm liking this. Right. Pallegina, we also need to equip you with some stuff as well, don't we? Practically as naked as the day she was born there, poor lass. So we need to give her some stuff. So, how about a 2-handed sword that looks a bit like your feathered head? Oh. So, let's compare it to your fine greatsword. So it does more damage, slash and pierce damage. Accuracy versus deflection. It's got more accuracy and damage, because it's exceptional. Destroy vessels on hit or critical hit. Strong intro to slow. Binds with barbarian, fighter, paladin. Bind soul. She can use a gun as well, which is kind of cool. Look at that. Ain't it cool? So, she has to do 200 damage to spirits, or do 1,000 damage total, which she will easily do. Let's give her some gear. Because I think Paladin is now going to stay in the party for a while longer. So, your armor's good there, hand and key. I'm sure we can do better than that as well. But let's have a look at accessories. You've got a +9 will cloak. I mean, your will is already 90. Don't really need a +9, do we? How about a cloak of effect? Yeah, this just objectively better in every way, because then you've got fortitude, reflex, and will, so it's covering these defenses here as well. If you haven't already guessed, if you're new to this sort of game, you absolutely must learn how these stats work. You have to know all the maths behind it. And not the maths behind it, but you have to know what everything means. So for example, like damage isn't important. Okay? You know how much damage you do if you don't hit? 0. Yeah? Damage doesn't matter if you're not going to hit your targets. You have to have higher accuracy. So there, my accuracy is 88%. Aeloth's is 66, which is horrible. Aeloth's is 58. Yeah? His shield. His shield has 65. In fact, he's more accurate hitting with his shield than he is his sword. That's atrocious. Yeah? But it doesn't matter, because he's just there to block everything. But look at his defenses, though. Yeah? He has an 86% chance of basically blocking someone else's attack or whatever, you know? That sort of thing. And then he's reduced the damage. So even if someone hits him with, let's say, this weapon, you know, plus his own 1826, he still blocks. If they do 26 damage, he still blocks 25 of it, you know? So, you can hit someone, great, but your armor determines other things as well, like how easily you hit. So yeah. Aeloth doesn't have any boots. Why do you not have any shoes? That's only usable by a paladin. So your Zealous Aura. So you can have those boots. So now, your aura is considerably larger than it was before. These boots are kind of must, aren't they? Yeah. So, well, so you got any gloves? Congratulations, you can have some gloves. 0.1 to crit damage multiplier isn't bad. Next to 10% damage. Yeah. Why are you not wearing that? Off stealth, +2, and of perception, +1. What else? Is there anything else I can... Let's keep going. Rings. Yeah, we can give you some rings, I'm sure. Overseeing. Ability area of effect. Come to think of it, why aren't you wearing that? Arcane Dampener. That's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. What's that? Is that just +1 intellect? A deflection? Yeah, you don't need deflection, mate, you're alright. You can have that one. We can go overseeing. Yeah. I could go for another ring of overseeing on my character, which would be great, but, because I have a lot of AoE stuff. But, we've got another, sunglasses as well. Oh, hello! No, I'll just decide that's better for you. What have you got? Chance area of effect. Yeah. Okay, Palagina. What else do you need? You need a weight. You need something for your waist. Binding. Character. Oh, okay. So when a character hits, so when someone hits Palagina, they are stuck. 3 seconds. They are rooted. Not to be confused with the rooting in the back of the U. Able to act, but unable to leave their current location. So it's grappled, essentially. Dexterity is reduced by 2, accuracy reduced by 5 for all sources, deflection and... Oh, nice. Reflex and deflection. Okay. That's pretty good. Constitution plus 3. Let's see how much that's going to do for you. Next 20 health, or that. Yeah, that's better. It gives me an additional effect. You can't wear helms because you have feathers on your head. Cloak of the Frozen Hunt. No, not worth it. Oh, this. Knockdown. Oh, that's good. Minus Spellbind. Oh, you can knock someone down with that. It's a shame you can't wear 2 belts. Suppress Affliction. Hostile effects. You only need 1 more ring. Combusting Wounds. Super Rest. I'm going to go for Combusting Wounds. So, that's you fully equipped. You've got your medium armor. Let's compare. So, that's medium armor, and it already has the better of the damage reductions. Yeah, damage reductions are fairly good there as well. Yeah, you get so much more with Hand and Key. I'm not going to argue with that. That's fine. That's all good. Yeah. I'm not even going to bother trying to change your gear there. Anything else? I think we're all good. Yeah, I'm happy with you to have that stuff. I will give you some potions, though. What else? 50% attack speed. You need lore to cast scrolls. Maybe lore would be a good skill for you to have then. Potion of mirrored image. Iron skin. Couple of potions of that. Infused with vital essence. There we are. Okay. Alright, Palagina, you're all set. Do me proud.
What is it? As you wish.
Is your problem? I threw it over the side.
Let me read the fucking flavor text. Oh, fuck you. So, Lord Radric has returned as Berath's champion, which is most interesting because I am a priest of Berath. And yes, Radric was turned from Erthas to Berath, believing that Berath might either... I assure you, they saw the man broke into Ter Evron. They speak truth. He commanded strange powers, they claim. Another foreign. Did he look like this one?
Many blessings, traveler.
What is it, Astramor? What about the man you speak of? A strange man, a foreigner, broke into Ter Evron, the tower under the Twin Elms. Astramor cannot walk the grounds of Elm's Reach. Why was he allowed to pass? This one was unseen. It wielded a strange power we now know. That's Ter Evron. Ter Evron has stood ever since the time of the builders. It will stand long after we're all gone. Yes, the tower stands strong and the gods live within its secret hole. It's no place for unclean souls, or foreigners. You said the gods live in Ter Evron. How is that possible? Mysteries of our ancestors are not for every foreigner to understand. The Twin Elms, the temples of the builders, the gods commune with us. Be sated in knowing this truth. Okay. So we know where the assassin has gone to. You go to all... where I've got to go? Because I want to do just a side quest. Mercy of the Tribes. Northweald. So we got to go up that way. Old Song. Okay. This is just another district. So I'm gonna do this quest and I'm gonna head back. It's down and pick up the quests because I don't really want to just get way too into it. I don't just talk to people. I want to get into some combat. Yep, mind your paths, Estremor. The guided compass trusts easily, but I don't. Elms Reach, okay. Hylia Shrine. Songs past Noon Frost, Burial Isle. House and Districts.
We can't stay down here. Someone must go to the nest eventually.
Alright, a voiced characters, I'll talk to you. Yeah, there has been a lot going on in gaming lately, and I can't keep track of it all. I just came home and, like, Firefox just had notifications constantly. For PC Gamer, I'm like, Jesus, what is going on? Two modern elves, a man and a woman, wear colourful robes embroidered with a matching emblem, a winged egg. Apart from their clothing, they couldn't be more different. She folds her arms and continually scowls at the broken walls around them. He, on the other hand, mutters prayers, his shade-dappled face twinkle as a cloudless sky.
How are we supposed to worship the Sky Mother from among the weeds, This is a disgrace.
Calm yourself. We should be grateful that she protected us from the winged terror. Besides, even here we have a visitor.
What's this winged terror you speak of?
Dragon. One that has taken up residence in the nest, the true temple of Helia, and slain many of her faithful. And one which a new one has been in favor of killing from the beginning.
But no, you advised caution. Now word spread that the dragon ate a few of our followers, and anyone willing to slay it wants an Anumphos ransom for the job.
I'll do it for free.
I told you a larger party wouldn't stand a chance. By the time the first half reached the top of the mountain, the second half would still be stuck in the pass. They'd be burned alive. Contrary to Anuin's suggestion, I am in favor of sending someone to kill the dragon. But I suggest a smaller party, and one willing to seek Helia's blessing.
I could go after this dragon.
You could.
What she means is that this is no mere drake, but a fully grown dragon, and one that has willingly moved into a populated area. You'll want every advantage at your disposal, including the blessing of the Sky Mother herself.
Okay. You want to follow this path here. You'll pass through the Northweald, but the way up to the mountain. Okay. Language is also sacred to our goddess. Something else you wish to speak of? This is the Temple of Hylia?
You hear this, Wag?
Relax, Anuin. I'm sure he meant nothing by it. Forgive my consort. She's been rather excitable of late. This is not, as you seem to recognize, our actual temple. It's merely a shrine we've set up after the business with Dragon.
I'd like to know more about Hylia.
Why, she's the goddess of song, art, the sky, and maternity. She's gentle and brilliant, speaking to her followers in dreams, inspiration, and birdsong. It is said that she wears a cloak adorned with a feather from every bird known to kith or wilder, and that she manifests in the flocks themselves.
Aye, and in the screams of childbearing, which I can assure you is not so beauteous a thing.
And this is true, which is why midwives are widely considered clergy of Helia, as are many artists and poets. In any case, those of us who follow her feel closest to her splendor in a place where we might share light, song, and a view of the blessed sky.
I don't know about you, but if I were a midwife, I wouldn't want to automatically be considered clergy of Hylia. It's one thing for there to be a patron saint of travellers and whatnot, or in this case midwives, but I don't believe that you should automatically have that bestowed upon you. I believe you should choose to approach them. We'll tell you as much as we can about the dragon. Has this sort of thing happened before? Never, or our order would have started to resemble the Fangs a long time ago. Perhaps there's a reason this has happened now. Let us be clear. You suggest that there's some sort of a steed in our midst, that we've committed a crime against our goddess or some other and received a just punishment. Johnbonne, please. I don't know why these things happen, why our own mother goddess allowed scores of her followers to perish among flames. And if you ever discover why, I invite you to come back and tell the rest of us. How did the dragon come to be here? Our wings and a fiery roar. Who knows why those beasts come and go? It's here, that's not what matters. You're asking why this has happened, only the gods know. I suspect it's a test of faith from Hylia herself, but who can say? Why did the dragon first show up? It was several weeks ago. The creature cloaked the sky like a thundercloud and descended upon us all at once. There was no warning. Can you tell me anything else about the dragon? She opens her mouth, a crooked sneer on her face, but nothing seems to think better of what she was about to say. After a pause, she says, nothing. We truly wish we could tell you more, but we, like the rest of the Hylia's faithful, we're running for our lives. We are more for each other than most. Okie dokie. So we're gonna go to the North World and then to the Temple of Hylia to deal with the dragon. That's the #1 rule in Shadowrun. Never deal with the dragon. I love the Shadowrun setting. In fact, that's another game, series of games I might have to play. The like Shadowrun Hong Kong. No, yeah, Shadowrun Hong Kong was really good. Fuck. I have to go back to Kadnoa. Alright. We've only got 2 more things to purchase. I'm going to purchase the training grounds, finished in 2 days. Gotta find this expedition. Yeah, the Shadowrun, what was it? It was like Dragonborn or something like that. Shadowrun, the one that took place in Berlin. That was great. Arrows crude and flesh with bright feathers protrude from the corpse. Homage to Hylia. I love this zone as well. Whoever did the art for this is incredible. I might actually have to sit through the credits and just like look at all this stuff. Over here. Hurry. Quiet. Keep low. Take a look. My friends are up there, over on the lip of the hill. The signs of battle of their camp. Wasn't fast enough. Pox-ridden Fangs, Magrum burn them all. What's going on? The Fangs must have caught the scent and rushed the group. Some of my friends are still alive with the fangs of them surrounded. Expedition. Well, what remains of it has taken cover in the ruins, and some ruins of these cliffs. The fangs must return with them or let them starve a bit before the next attack. We need to act or they're as good as dead. How did the fangs get here? I got a decoy path, set false campfires and just stuff out over every footprint I could find. Didn't slow them much. Maybe you could find a way around the fangs. There's got to be another way up that bridge. You aren't dressed like my men. Perhaps you could try talking to the fans. They might not think you're with us. Please help. I don't have enough friends to bury. Okay, let's resolve this stalemate. Yeah, but the Shadowrun games are fantastic. Like, they're sort of like cyberpunk fantasy. Very well put together. Like, it's kind of like, I mean, like, cyberpunk's brilliant as a genre, like, especially for role-playing games, because, like, the shopping is amazing. It's like all like Barbie punk, you know? It's like, you can just customize the shit out of your characters. It's so fucking fun. Yeah. But like Shadowrun as well. That's fun. There's a great story by, oh, goody. About Aeloth. Let's have some tentacles. If I know, Fan of Flames. Oh dear, all. Could we have a fireball? That'll do nicely.
So much for you. Bring them down.
Oh yeah.
As you wish.
Hey, we've some of us leveled up. That's good.
Yes.
Okay. So my survival skill, I really want to improve, but no, I'm gonna keep my law skill up. Like, that's the one thing I have to have. Okay, what do we got here? Interdiction. Another spell. It dazes opponents, which reduces accuracy by 10, dexterity and perception and intellects by it would be good. Versus an enemy's will. It reduces attack speed by 15. Aggrandizing Radiance, I'm not doing that. I'm never going to do that one. Bonus 4th level spell. What, right. What are my 4th level spells before I choose that? So, Major Endurance, Searing Seal. I do use that one a lot. And Burn Damage. I must use that one more often. It's more 5th level I need to get to, isn't it? So, let's go. Hold those points for the time being. Interdiction, I think, might be the best choice for me. Unless there's anything here I want. Grant's unstoppable. Defense against those things. I hate being dazed. Or stunned. I fucking hate that stuff. If I actually, I'm using a... I think I'm going to keep this weapon for a while, so... Noble? I'm using a scepter, so I can increase my accuracy. Fast runner, I do like that one. We just consider. So I do want interdiction. But what is this thing I'm using? It does raw damage, okay. Crush and slash damage. It is a scepter. I would just consider, no, movement speed's not going to affect out of combat, so... what to go for? Field trash. I'm going to go for this one. Restore health. Alright, so... Oh, is it just for me? Okay, so if I use it on myself, it'll restore health. Okay. Well. Right, anyway, Eddie. Your athletics, let's boost that up. Look at him there. Like, this armor would probably look good, but it does not look good on him. No. I need to find a better armor set. What have we got here? Acolyte's Radiance. No, not worth it. Bonus knockdown. So again, 2 per encounter, I could use it 3 times. No. 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 Soldier. Is it worth it? What else is there? No, that's it. That's his thing. Frenzy. I mean, no, he doesn't need that because he no. What else? What else could I do? Hits convert to crits. I mean, it would be good to go for with Sword and Shield. A single one-handed melee weapon. Interrupting blows. That might be a good one. Interrupting blows. Low endurance. What is low endurance for the purpose of this? Is that yellow or red? I don't know. Even then, it's like I need grazes to hits. Interrupting blows. I'm gonna say I might actually go for interrupting blows. Field triage. Fast runner. No, it doesn't really need things like that. Balls will. Body control. Well, yeah, maybe I'm gonna go for that one actually. unstoppable because I want him to have defensive stuff. So I want to improve his defense against things like that. So yeah. Yeah, because his will's quite low, but everything else is pretty good. So yeah. Okay, and
How may I help?
how close are you to leveling up? 12 experience points away.
What is it?
Kill a flea. And that'd level me up. Don't mind me just desecrating the shrine. Yeah, so like the Shadowrun games that I might consider playing. I reviewed one of them. I loved it. I loved reviewing it. I loved playing it. My review of it wasn't great. But I loved the game. It's so good. If I recommend anything to anyone in that game, play a Decker. I think it's Deckers. You hack the net. Yeah. Yeah, it's like I did it in the second game. It's like, yeah, you kind of need to do it. No, I learned from the second game. I did it in the third game, Hong Kong. It's like, yeah, you get so much more stuff. But it's cool. Like you could be like a druid or whatever, like a shaman. And you summon things. Oh dear, I was not expecting that. Yeah, I don't think that's really gonna cut it. I think we kind of need this here. Um, and I think I need to start putting some stuff down. What have I got that's big? Okay, yeah, let's shock enemies nearby us. What else? A pillar of holy fire. That'll do the trick. Eloth, please summon that quickly. Thank you. Right now we need a fireball, I think. There we go, that was good. That's an easy. Eloth, you've leveled up good. Okie dokie, your survival skill needs to go up, I'm sorry, but I do need that. And now we can go for this. I actually want to talk about something that I think it was on RPG Pub. Fantastic forum about role-playing games. And they were asking, like, one time, what do you prefer? Do you prefer deleterious alacrity of motion, or do you prefer speed as a spell name? The way I answer this is, it depends on how high magic or low magic something is. If you have a high magic setting, where magic is common, magic is big and powerful, Fireball isn't impressive. If you are in a setting where magic is low, and, you know, doesn't happen often, it's very rare to see magic spells being used, Fireball is impressive. Yeah? Flame Shield. I know, what else? Askid's fine, like some of these, like Archimea's Wondrous Torment. You want to set apart your spell from someone else's. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. I think it was like a Tumblr meme of like the less names a magic item has, the more powerful it is. So while you should fear Ashkahet's agonizing maddener, you certainly, absolutely do not want to get on the wrong end of the Throngler. You know? Things like that. So it depends. So like for me, it depends on if it's low magic or high magic. Yeah. I do like the idea of like these characters as well, because like Archimedes, Sitzar, Lengrath, Kalikov. I want to know these NPCs. I want to know who they are. And yeah. It's kind of cool. 7th level spell, sorry, 6th level spells. What we're going to go for? Archimedes Capricious Hex, which dazes, sickens, paralyzes. Fucking hell. But it only does one of those things. It either dazes, sickens, or paralyzes. It's a bit random, a bit wild magic. Sitzal's Martial Power. I can cast it upon myself. And give my, so I increase my own abilities, but I disable my spellcasting ability, so I can whack people with the staff. Great. Malignant Cloud, raw damage. I do like that because raw damage is very hard to defend against. So I think I will go for that. Let me go for Guard. And then we get some more stuff here. So we can have, yeah. So we can have Grimoire Slam, smash an enemy and knock, causing a large amount of damage and knock them back. Or we can use Hardened Veil to give myself 50 deflection, twice per rest. And it also gives my Arcane Veil plus 5 as well. I'm going to go for Grimoire Slam. I should be going for more defensive stuff if I'm honest, but it's another ability. And that's a lot of crush damage. But then, more spells wouldn't hurt. I'm going to go for Grimoire Slam. It's another ability. And I can save my spells up. I'm not really using my first and second level spells anyway. I've got that spell mastery there anyway. So, and then Kana. This should be interesting. Okay. Yeah, your mechanic skill. I need to keep going. So I'm gonna wait for more points. Oh, but not knock on the door of Erdl and Girdle. Third level chanter. I get summon 2 ogres, which is very good. Ah, revives enemies in the area of effect. Yeah, sorry, I've got to go for that. And then I can choose something else as well. Ah. I don't know what to go for with this guy. I think I'm going to go for defense stuff. Yeah. I'm going to give him defense.
Yes.
Over a ground hardened by dry blood and storm leaves, the corpse of giant Stelgar crawls with flies. Its flesh has been pierced and cut as if stabbed by spears and slashed by swords. It touches the dead Stelgar's flank. A cloud of flies stirs into the air, and suddenly you feel the creature's remaining essence. The world around fades away. The pack rests. A rock shelter the young full bellies. You turn away and look beyond the trees. The moon breaks over the swaying canopy. A scent in the air, it stirs a tingling in your mouth.
You slide into the shadows, a taste of hunt filling your nostrils. Light shines on the stones where the walls of the falls pray down below. Two-legged, hair like grass, like dry gas. It moves near the water that flows. Thin legs, slow, noisy, unaware. It holds a sharp stick. Two-legged hunter, big hunter, prey. Closer prey. Bright moon prey. Into the dark. Pain! Pain on your side! A sharp stick pokes out at your flank. You roar and shake it snaps, breaking on the stones. Wet stones, your blood. Leaves a rustle, you look. Another two-legged, another hunter. Thick legs, silent steps, stripped face. Strong hunter. Enemy. You leap, aiming at its neck, it moves fast. Your claws find flesh, you're ripping it deep, or ripping it down. Wet leaves, two-legged blood. It howls, it fights back. Long claws cut through the air, they slash at your flesh. More pain, sharp pain. You strike, it strikes. Hot blood on your claws, hot cuts on your chest, the world goes red. Your strength fails. You can't breathe. The two-legged hunter looks down, wet ground, blood. Sharp stick above its head, bright moon above its head. Strong hunter. The world goes dark. Nice.
Yeah, other RPGs I want to play, like Age of Decadence is really good. I say it's really good, it's not. I know that was quite the tangent, but yeah. No, like, it's one of those games where, like, it might as well be a point-and-click adventure game, because it pretty much is. The only RPG elements to it, really, besides combat, are like, leveling up. And the thing is that you could basically lock yourself out of the game, lock yourself out of progress. Yeah, you could do yourself a badness. Arcane Reflection, nice. Chain Lightning.
So much for you.
Sorry, I was supposed to talk to them.
Stop! Friend or foe?
The man in glow-soaked armour points his blade at you as his wounded and weary comrades flock into positions behind him.
You're not going Fathen. Bart Macron. Friend or foe, I said.
Calm down, I'm a friend. Advance by +4. Sword still pointing at you, the man gives a sideways glance to his companions and nods. The mercenaries lower their weapons.
By the flame. Hero of Defiance Bay. A rare and welcome sight. Friends this far from home.
That's the weight of his sword, lower his arm. He gives a concerned look at his mercenary company.
Look at us. Hardened in the rocks, sold in our guts. The fangs. Their bloody dozen now are tracked. Now are trapped.
Gwyneth sent me. What happened?
Resourceful girl. We assumed the Glenfathens killed her before coming upon us. I'm relieved she's alive. Doubly relieved she's brought help.
He rests his sword, still caked with blood across his shoulders.
The tribesmen ambushed us, so we made camp. The fight was a lopsided slaughter. In the melee, someone tripped through the campfire. We were lucky in that regard. The stench of burning flesh and the choking smoke seared the scene, and a few of us managed to withdraw. We ran to these ruins to regroup, but now we're trapped. The first painters are just south of our positions, and they have us cornered. No doubt they're happy to let us starve while they rest to rebuild the strength before attacking anew. Seems this is where we'll be making our last stand. If the hunters are to the south, can you flee to the north? We could run that way, maybe evade the Glenpathans if we're quick, but we've spotted a pack of Stilgars up there. Given the options, I'd rather have some face painter kill me right quick than die slowly bite by bite to a feral cat. If I didn't know better, I'd wager those beasts are working with the tribesmen, but I'm not sure. But I'm sure they're just swallowing their stomachs. Just look at us, limited our injuries are covered in blood. I smell like a butcher's shop. I've cleared the northern woods, so Stilgars won't trouble you. All of them? Hear that, boys? Looks like we've got a way out. Get to it. They cheer, their voices kindle with purpose and spring into march. Esmer raises his fist and shakes it. Lockett dances as if jerked into life. The captain nods before joining his companions. You wait at the mercenaries, foreigner. Oh, well, let's not do that. Let's see what this is all about. So yeah, Age of Decadence, the thing is that you can lock yourself out of progress, but it's okay, like, no, you can actually fight. You know, it's like if you can't do the story stuff, once you've invested the points into things and it turns out you can't make any progress, you can always just fight. The thing is, though, is that you really are sort of encouraged to base... Oh, fuck, let's do this again. Look how they're all queuing up. They're looking lively now. Excuse me.
Estramore.
Stillness. Easy now. No need to fight. Yet. More foreigners. More unclean feet trampling on our lands. More blood to feed the trees. You should not be here, Estramore. If you are here in our lands, it is either to steal from us or aid those who would. Deal with the mercenaries. Lutus, can you hear their panicked whispers? Leave this place at once, or we'll kill you when we finish with these Estramore. I'm a friend of Herr Glanforth. Do you speak the truth, foreigner? If you are indeed a friend, you would respect our lands and not defile our sacred soil of your trespass. If you have no bonds with kin or kith with the looters, I will give you a chance to prove it. Those invaders must be purged from our lands. Prove your worth, and we will believe your words. When you deal with them yourself. I gave you an order. Accept it like a grown hunter or refuse it like a mewling child. But do not question my will. If they surrender, will you let them live? Benevolent too. Softness such as yours will not bring them to heel. Their greed knows no bounds. Their memory honours no history. What use have we for prisoners? What example do we set to others by letting them live? Why would we forgive again? So about these mercenaries. Raiders, looters, same as all other deerwood thieves that pillage our lands. We tried the deerwoodens from their first step beyond the great river, and waited for them to err. They always do. We claimed half their pack back in the first assault. The cows that run now huddle to the north. When the wind turns, you will smell their fear. I'll see what I can do. Gentle, strong. We wait here to welcome you back as warrior friend. Yeah, do you want to come back? Yeah. So the thing is, though, is like that game is like heavily against you in terms of combat, even if you build like a combat-oriented character. I played an assassin, and holy fuck, it's hard. It's like that game is lethal, and like my idea was, okay, I don't want to get hit. I want to ensure that I don't get hit in the first place. And my god, it's tough. You have to really pick your fights in that game, but it's fun. Yeah. Usually you see lock it in the scuffle. Focus on the positive. It's for my son, when he's old enough to be trusted with such things. Born a few months ago. Not hollow highly be praised. It's all my beloved child would want for nothing. Probably should have promised to. I wouldn't throw my life away treasure hunting in Ayr Glenforth. Here's hoping the boy gets his smarts from his mother's side of the family.
Of course.
So let's see if they'll still attack me. No doubt they will. Honestly, I'm not that bothered about the fangs. Yeah. I think with this playthrough, people are going to learn a lot of uncomfortable truths. And I think people don't deserve to die for trespass is going to be one of them. Yeah, no problem. Palashino, why not set your stuff? Why wasn't letting me click on air stuff? get rid of the ranged attackers real quick because they're doing a lot of damage. And you support my rangers, that's handy.
Yes?
Yeah, Aloth's in a bad way.
What is it?
Half asleep, a tide of deafening whispers assails you, chipping away at your senses as your mind's understanding of itself. The roar is louder with each passing night, the attacks more brazen, less confined to your subconscious. A familiar voice fights its way through the din, calling out to you.
Hey! You gotta stop it with that. Just about punched you to snap you out of it. You were saying things, but they weren't any words I ever heard. You were shaking so hard I thought you'd crack your spine.
What would I do without a friend to punch me?
Well, it's nice to feel needed. I'd evoke you sooner, but I thought it'd be nice for you to be able to close your eyes a bit. Folks don't last long without sleep. You're twitchy these days. Reminds me of Meyerwald more than I'd like. Anything I can do, you just let me know.
This should be happening with every single rest. You did it. We're chanting your name back in the gift. Everyone will know what you've done for us, I promise. But you're the type which deserves more than just praise. Coin? Weaponry? If nothing tangible suits you, I'll gladly share my skills with you. A reward is necessary. If your generosity humbles me. But I pay my debts. If you change your mind, meet me in Thaos Bay. Expedition Hall. Till I'm a friend by video. Yeah. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Those guys are assholes. They shouldn't have done the things they did. But they did. And I let them. But hello, another soul here. Yeah, Age of Decadence is a good game, but it wants you to play a very specific way. To the point where it would be better as an adventure game than an RPG. So yeah. We're recording 2 hours, it doesn't feel it. But I want to get as much playtime as I can today because I think I will be back at work tomorrow. I don't know. I don't... You know... My massive tits on camera. Oh my god. I thought, oh yeah, I'm doing really well, I'm losing weight. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm like Big Tits Bob.
Brave does
La Farouk.
Watch your pass. Field triage. Ah, it's field triage. Okay. There's a lot of enemies here, so I'm going to use that. Have I got any other shock abilities? Spark the souls of the righteous. Position heal thyself, please. Critical endurance.
Those wounds. They look like they came from a Stelgar's claws.
Beneath the raging waterfall, the corpse of an elven Glenfathan hunter lies shattered against the rocks. Broken bones protrude through its skin, but also... Okay. I'll let you read this side, don't want to. Great. Why isn't there more of this? Everywhere. I want every zone to have this stuff. This is the whole the Watcher thing. Where is it? You know? It's no good just having it in this one zone. You know? It's like you've just, like... Obsidian, you just came from Fallout New Vegas. What's the one thing that Bethesda are always praised for? It's the environmental storytelling, isn't it?
I'm ready.
Where's the environmental storytelling here? Yeah? One of the few things that appeals to everyone in these games. You know? But I get it, you know? The game had to be made in a certain time. Appeal to the backers, all this sort of thing. I get it. But yeah, it just pisses me off like the wasted potential in a lot of places. I suppose it's easy to judge now what they had to do back then, because they didn't know how this was going to turn out. But yeah, personally I think there needs to be more Watcher stuff. Yeah. And as far as I can recall, it's even less important than the next game. But we shall see. Okay. So that's the boulder. Let's push the boulder out of the way. We'll clear the way. Eddie. There's might. And plunges over the side out of the way. Okay, so we've made it through. It seems as though this dragon has stirred. I've not heard anything about the next game. It is going to be a It's not gonna be a sequel. It's gonna be a sidequel. Fine with that. Yeah, I don't think that like a lot of people are worried that like it's gonna be. Well, I know a lot of people look at it and they're worried that like it's gonna be all Pillars games are gonna be that going forward. You know, Pillars of Eternity 3 isn't gonna be a CRPG, and it's like, believe me, it's gonna be a CRPG. You know. I love the dragon designs in this.
That is large.
As you reach the summit of the mountain, a gust of wind stirs the air. You hear the noise of a noise like the snapping of sails, and the sky is briefly blotted out. How? Why is the sky blotted out? Well, because of its size? No, that's like dragon does not make me think of blots. A blot is like a little drop of ink or something like that. You know? And yeah, okay, fine, like, you know, arrows blotting out the sky. You know? Yeah. Lots of little things. A dragon lands before you, shaking the ground beneath your feet. It draws itself up to its full height and spreads its wings, barring your passage. Its neck, its back, and the ridge of its spine are covered with magnificent plumage. It hisses at you, and while the sound is unlike any other language you've heard, the beast is utterly clear.
Invading my nest, threatening my hatchling. You shall feed my young.
I've been sent to get you to leave so that Hyla's worshippers may return. No. Stuff. No shit. Oh. Yeah. That's all else you can do, DOS. You can save during combat, I think. Which is pretty good. Especially in a turn-based game. Yeah. In fact, I might need to take a break soon, because if I'm correct, I think I can smell food.
As you will.
Right, here's a good spot to save, and then we can eat any consumables we need to, if it resorts to combat.
My.
Vermin invading.
You have young here?
I will protect my last hatchling to the death. And that death will be yours, rodent.
Actually, Hyla is the goddess of motherhood.
And of the sky and all winged creatures. Even my kind know of her.
Is that what you came here?
I came to care for my remaining hatchling. My kind requires territory. Few places are safe for our young. This is a lesson that cost me the rest of my brood.
You and your offspring will kill many if you stay here. You have to leave. It's like, I like how uncompromising some of the dialogue is. I was like, yep. Okay. Like, it doesn't even dignify it with a response. It's just like a single sentence just because they can't end the dialogue by just doing that. Yeah.
Of course.
You know what? I bet it's just gonna say, like, I don't even need your permission.
Vermin invading my... I will protect my last hatchling to the death. And of the sky and all winged creatures. Even my... I came to care for my remaining hatchling. My kind requires territory. Few places are safe for our young. This is a lesson that cost me the rest of my brood. So be it. Go then, and with my thanks.
That sounds a bit sarcastic, but okay. And I have to petition Hylia. Okay. This is interesting. So we could just do that, can we? So before we go there, I might actually just have to... Yeah, okay. Yeah, so there's nothing up that way. Okay, that's fine. Right, okay, in that case, I need to go down this way then. Um... Yeah, I just want to say, like, because I don't want to end up doing something that's going to spoil the entire story and whatnot. Solmar the Shackler leaves good riddance to him. Oh, I see, okay. So, this is actually the main part. So we were in Hearthsong before. Okay, fine. Now... yeah. Yeah, so that there is where we want to be. But I think we're going to do some quests before we just walk in there, where this is the seat of the gods right here. This is where they live. Hello.
You have stayed true to our cause, Inquisitor, when so many others have not. For every heretic we confess, for every betrayer that burns on our pyres, new sheep continue to flock to Iavara ex Incios. But not you. I underestimated you in the beginning, but no longer.
We want to be Grand Inquisitor.
It is not for honor that I summoned you today, but for duty. Too many of our own have confessed upon the wheel and the rack and the flame. Too many of our faithful have had their minds poisoned by the Kratom witch. The tide is against us now. We have but one option. Iavara's following must see her exposed for what she is. She must confess her heresy before my court.
Now where do we reach her?
Not in Kratom, surely. Their lord has embraced her heathen faith and protects her with his army. But in Oceanus, things would be different. The king of Oceanus is a sinful man. We have helped him to see the error of his ways, and now he fears for his soul. He would pay any price for absolution.
How would we get Iavara to move to Oceanus?
You have already done much for the Inquisition. I wouldn't ask this were there any other choice.
Okay.
Two identical women seem to fade into view as they move away from the great trees that camouflage them. Their skin is tree bark, ridged and scaly, wreathed in a curling tangle of roots, buds, and blossoms. Their hair hangs beneath the shade of serrated leaves like the drooping branches of the elms above, and the pupils of their eyes are encircled by hundreds or even thousands of concentric rings, as if to mark the accumulated wisdom of millennia.
Turn around, flesh creature. Outsiders are not permitted to approach the elms.
Do you not feel it, sister? Something familiar. An ancient soul, like the other one. Another defiler, no doubt. Let us fell him and be troubled no more. It would pay the debt of his predecessor.
So it would seem, Rhiannon. But we must not hasten to judgment. I see a different motive here. Different questions in these eyes.
What of it, young trespasser? Is it as my sister says? Or are you here to stain this place with foul deeds?
My business concerns the health of this land, and you would be wise to wait me. That doesn't sound very diplomatic. I seek a man who came through here. It sounds that you've already met him. Yes. I like the passionate one. I have forgotten my purpose in the presence of such legendary beauty. Have I begun hallucinating in double? Yeah, I'm not going to lie to these things, I'll be honest.
There! By his own admission, Sheetha.
Really, sister? And you wonder why your leaves begin to fall out before midsummer. Clearly that man did not want to be followed. Whatever the relationship here, I suspect it is anything but cordial. The answer is yes, old one. We crossed paths with Thaos not long ago, and we can tell you where he went. But I find it curious that anyone would seek him out. Suspicious, even. If we are to help you find him, we would know why.
He must face justice for his transgressions. I'll be yours. Yeah.
I like him better now, Sheetha.
Indeed. A kindred spirit, it seems. But that's what this is really about, isn't it? You are tied to him. I see it now. You are awakened. Your soul is awake, and something once buried deep now wells to the surface. Past overwhelms present, closes in around you. Your time has nearly reached its end.
I just need to get to Thaos.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but Thaos cannot give you what you seek. Nor can any man. An awakening cannot be undone, any more than your past can be undone.
What do you mean? I thought Merwell said this is permanent? What? But that can't be right. And after everything, there must be someone else we can ask. I'm sorry. Adiacho, this must be some other way. This will all be for nothing. I'm going to lose my mind.
The soul is formless without a past to shape it. Did you truly expect to be able to wipe it away?
Rather have tried to put things right. I never thought, but the lifetimes that separate you from your problems.
However, as much as my sister speaks truly that there is no way back from an awakening, there may yet be a way forward. Would you agree, Sheetha?
I would. Were the way not so likely to end in death.
What is it?
The man Thaos you must already know by now. You are linked by a common past. Something about it lingers within you, festering, unresolved. What it is I cannot see any more than you. And without that knowledge, your doom is certain. But were you to learn the source of this discord, perhaps it could be put to rest. Though it is equally possible it will trouble you as much now as it did then, and merely speed your condition to its end.
My past goes to me in pieces. How do I love the rest?
You might wait for it to come on its own, of course. But when it comes, it will replace your sanity's last breath. Such is the nature of your condition.
Or you could learn it from someone who already knows.
Thaos. Would he remember?
It is said the gods made his memory perfect, that he may never forget his charge. If he ever knew, he still does.
Not that he would tell you, of course.
You have followed the right person for the wrong reason, it seems. We see it often. The soul dragging mind and body to You may have wandered into Thaos' path many times, in many lifetimes, without an awakening to show you why.
The only thing that's certain is you did not find what you sought.
You said you knew where he
He
went.
has gone down beneath the tower to a place older than we, where the people of Engwith once walked. He makes his way to the buried city, Sun and Shadow.
May he stay down there and rot with the remains of his people.
His people?
He may yet. He won't be returning the way he came, that much is certain. He opened a secret path in the tower's base, and saw it destroyed behind him through some vile means.
Is there another way to get to him?
We know of one. On the burial isle, through the court of the penitents, Braeth Yaman. A shortcut, in fact.
Don't be cruel, sister. The way my sister speaks of is not for the faint of heart. A great pit at the center of a forgotten court, where faiths were judged in place of crimes. To most, it is simply a gateway to death. With the help of the gods, it can take you where you want to go.
What do you mean with the help of the gods?
The pit is said to have been a means of judgment by the gods. Those cast into it are meant to die. It is that way you must pass to reach Sun and Shadow. The court is old. We do not know much for certain, but it would seem only the gods themselves can grant passage.
This is called.
In a ruin now. It is older than we. A place for the trial of heretics. We were not here to witness it, but at one time there was a group that refused to acknowledge the gods. Neither the first nor the last, of course, but these were numerous and all put on trial for it. Those who did not repent were cast into the pit and imprisoned below. The fall killed them, of course. The prison was not for people but for their souls, and their sentences were eternal. It is said that many of the condemned repented and were permitted by the gods to ascend from the pit, so long as they pledged their service to one of them. But these are old legends.
How would I ever get the gods to help me?
Behind us is Ter Evron, said to pierce the shroud itself and a place of communion with all gods. If ever there was a time for prayer, you have found it.
Okay. So the only way to get through this pit is to pray for help. How do I pray?
Ter Evron is also called the Hall of Stars, and the stars show us the allegiances of the gods. When stars are in conjunction, we know the gods they represent are aligned as well. You should choose a place to pray where you'll be closest to those you want to hear you. If a god stands alone, you should pray to that god. If they band together, you should address them all. Choose your words wisely, for all gods expect proper homage, and none has patience for fools.
Who would I pray to? Any god you can, I should think.
I would pray first to those gods you like best. I hope for your sake, the feeling is shared.
Is there no other way?
None.
Okay. So the only way to get through this pit is to pray for help.
Not the only way. Just the only one that doesn't end with your body impaled on jagged rocks.
I have other questions.
What do you wish to know?
How did you know I was pursuing Thaos?
The same way that you are no doubt able to peer into the ether and experience the souls of others. It is something we are born with, some more, some less. A gift common to many creatures of the wilds. You share certain similarities with the man you pursue. For your sake, I pray they are few and of no consequence.
You mentioned that people come to the Elms without knowing why. A soul has a will of its own. Its needs and whims are seldom understood, but they follow them all the same.
There is something about this place that reaches beyond our understanding, something like a beacon. The Elms have a way of uniting souls that have been seeking one another, with or without their owner's awareness. Sometimes it is for love, sometimes for vengeance, sometimes for peace. Often it is for no reason we will ever know. In your case, let us hope it is for peace.
Or vengeance.
I called away, surely. I'm just thinking about how I've got to pray to the gods for the pit. Yeah, it's like, this sort of comes up in Pillars of Eternity 2 as well. And it got me thinking of that phrase, and I love this one, that the more things change, the more they stay the same.
There is little to be said about us.
There is little to be said about us, for we are bound here, caretakers and defenders of this place. Our journey has been over time, but not distance. Measured in observations, but not experience.
We have seen the elms grow tall. We have seen cities built, burned, and
Oh,
built
sorry, I
again.
didn't realise they were talking.
The only constant has been the tower, a silent companion through the ages. You can imagine why this recent destruction has stirred my sister so.
If you do nothing else, make that man pay for what he did here.
We will tell you what we can. Before you go, tell me this, old one. I'm curious. If you were to subdue your enemy, what would you do with him? What would give you peace?
I would soon do the harm he's caused.
You would need to have twice as many lifetimes as he to repair his savage work.
But perhaps there are strides you can make.
All the same, think on this matter. Be assured in your course. In the end, it may mean all the difference, not just to his soul, but to yours. And be warned. Some questions have answers that can never be learned. And it is those that trouble the soul above all others. May you find an answer to yours.
So, we can just go in there now and meet the gods. But, that's a quest for later today, I think. Because it is a very important one. So we are approaching... we will do that. But first I kind of need to go back to the Guild of Vale. And deal with Radric the Returned. So I'm going to end it there. But I'll probably resume this after food. Waxmaker. The Hellwax Mould. In the southern Adair province of Maganon, the wizard and inventor Galef spent decades creating devices that can make magical effects and properties. His fellow wizards viewed Galef's work with disdain, but one area of research intrigued even the elitists, a device that could replicate entire magical objects. The key to Galef's research was an enchanted mould. When Galef died of old age, his remote workshop was eventually plundered by southern barbarians who had been sacking the province for years, although the work was believed to have been lost. Recently, an anonymous patron has been inquiring across the Eastern Reach for aid in recovering some of Galef's research notes using leads that were discovered by unknown means. Let's send the Devil of Karok. And how's 25 hours, okay. So yeah, so we'll come back to all of this. We'll see all this. Maybe in the next part, but I've got to deal with Radric first. I want to let Barath know that I am their champion. Just got to purchase the farm and then everything is built. So yeah, but that's it for me. So thank you ever so much for watching. Take care, and it's good to be back doing Pillars of Eternity. I really enjoy this part, because I've been thinking, like, do I really want to do more Pillars? Do I really want to do more Pillars? And then I just sit down and record. I'm like, yeah, I do. I really do. I'm glad I have. But I need to shoot off. So thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time. It's definitely.